Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So the plan is for me to do a weekly sports wrap up kind of thing, and gonna be on Mondays, and so this is going to be number one. Yeah, as you can tell by the great shirt and the hat and the bands, you know who I'm rooting for tonight in the national championship. Gonna be rooting for the Irish. It's gonna be a really good matchup. Well, it's good in the sense that both teams are really historical and all of that. It's not going to be a lot of offense. I really don't trust Everett Goldson at quarterback for the Irish. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's really good. He's a good athlete. I don't trust him to throw the ball. He's a good runner, but he's made his mistakes throwing the ball this season. We'll see what happens. Likewise, on the other side of the coin, I really don't trust AJ McCarron that much at quarterback either. Both of these teams really have strong defenses, especially Notre Dame with Monte Teo and Alabama with those giant defensive linemen that they always seem to get. But it's really going to come down to how the Notre Dame defense handles Lacey and Yeldon. Those are going to be the two keys for Alabama tonight. If Notre Dame's able to reel those guys in, I really think they're going to be able to come away with a victory here. Get national championship number 12. Yeah. Let's see, what else in the world of sports? The newest news that the NHL lockout is finally over. On one hand, I'm really excited that I get to watch the Blackhawks and the Carolina Hurricanes again, but on the other side of the coin, I really don't want to go back to watching the sport. I mean, they just do themselves a huge disservice by having two lockouts within a decade. It's really not a good look for the sport. I'm just trying to think, so what other sports do you know that can survive like this? I mean, they're going to lose fans. And, as much as I want to not care and not give the sport any attention, I live in a city that has their own team. I live in Raleigh. They have the Carolina Hurricanes. So it's hard for me not to be excited that the Hurricanes are back. So there's that. I'll be hoping the Hurricanes do well enough to make the playoffs. We've got the Stahl brothers here together. Cam Ward getting up there in age. We'll see how long he stays around. Yeah. But yeah, the Stahl brothers, Skinner, Alexander Semin, got a pretty good squad. I'm excited to see what the Canes do this year. I'm gonna be excited to see the Blackhawks get back. Hopefully, make another good playoff run. It'll be a lot of fun to see. Yeah, NFL wildcard weekend was the past weekend, and really wasn't anything too surprising. I was surprised about how terrible the Houston Texans played. They had no offense whatsoever, and then the Bengals, what are you doing? Give the ball to A.J. Green. You paid a lot of money for him. You drafted him in the first round. He's your guy. Give the ball to A.J. Green. They didn't do that. They're out the playoffs. That's what happens. Robert Griffin III. It was funny, though, when I was watching the game. I was saying the good thing about if the Skins lose is that Robert Griffin III doesn't have to play again next week. And unfortunately, he hurt himself during the game that he didn't even finish the game, so hopefully he's all right. I remember I was talking to my dad saying he didn't understand why they put RG3 back out there, but I was saying Shanahan really thought that he had the best chance to win with RG3. They watched him in practice. They really trusted he'd be able to go. So you put your faith out there, and unfortunately it didn't pay off for him. The Seahawks go through Wolf Badgers. I don't even remember who the Seahawks play next week. Anyway, the Packers, I really don't think there's a team that's going to get in the way of the Packers, as much as it pains me. They're just too strong. They dismantled Minnesota. Minnesota didn't have Christian Ponder, but they were going to be garbage with or without Christian Ponder. I was on the Joe Webb bandwagon like everybody else after the way that he performed a couple of years back in that Monday Night Football game against Philadelphia, but he just went out there and laid an egg. That was really sad. So yeah, Joe Webb, man, I had faith in you, and you let me down. But yeah, I really don't think there's going to be a team to get in front of the Packers. I really thought the Texans would have a strong run to the Super Bowl, but if they play the way they did against Cincinnati and New England, they don't have a shot. So yeah, right now I got the Packers probably Packers and maybe Baltimore. The Pack and Baltimore in the playoffs right now. I mean the Super Bowl right now. Baltimore played very well on Sunday. It was sad to see Ray Lewis play his final game at M&T Bank Stadium, but it was really special to see how he went off the field. They sent him out there for the last snap of the game, and he did his patented dance for the crowd, and everybody was cheering for him. And it was a really nice moment to see Ray Lewis leave the field the way that he did. He had a brilliant career with the Ravens. I remember when he won his Super Bowl MVP. Super Bowl 35, I think they said. The only reason I remember that Super Bowl is because I had the flu when they beat the Giants. But, yeah. So long, Ray Lewis. Thanks for everything that you brought to the NFL. It was a lot of fun to see. Alright, so, I guess that does it for this week. I'll be tuning in to the National Championship tonight. Yeah. Notre Dame. Cheer, cheer for the Irish. I'll see you guys later.